Hi, this is Sonia from An Enthusiastic Reader. I was tagged to do the COVID Katchup Tag by Alan at Big Hard Books and Classics, which I will leave a link to his original video below. And I've watched a few others. I just watched Steve Donoghue's. So I thought I'd kind of just jump in and give my opinions on these questions briefly. I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about what's happening with COVID in our area, as we in the Denver, Boulder metro area are really in mourning right now about what happened in Boulder at the King Soopers supermarket on Monday. Gun violence is something that is very, very prevalent in Colorado. We've had so many mass shootings in the last 20 years that have just, you think we're jaded to it, but then when it happens again, you just, even though I didn't know any people involved in the shooting or anyone who died, or even, 6 degrees of separation, it feels like a small town sometimes in Colorado, because we all have these common experiences, this common trauma that happens, every few years. And then you pile all of that on top of 6,000 people have died in the state of Colorado because of COVID. And that's just like, I realize it's just a drop in the bucket compared to a big state like New York or California, but it all piles up and it all adds up. And so I thought I'd just talk a little bit about COVID from here. When did you first hear about COVID-19? I'm pretty sure I heard about it on the news, I want to say in December of 2019, just like we watched the nightly news, and just hearing a little bit about it, and it was just, sitting in my brain. But I wasn't, I wasn't very concerned about it, because in the past we haven't really dealt with any very serious worldwide pandemics. We've had scares, but they've been either petered out or we've done something about them and then they've gone away. So the disaster level that was coming, I just didn't see. And then my husband, who works in healthcare in hospice and nursing homes, said that he heard that this is probably going to be more serious than we could imagine. How are things in your neck of the woods? What's open or not? We have this intricate system of dials and levels of safety and positivity rates. And right now we're way down in the safe level. They just dialed everything back and things are opening up more. Bars can stay open till 2 a.m. in most areas, depending on positivity rates in the county. And we are just staying home almost all the time. We don't go anywhere. I go to the grocery store and I've seen my mom and grandma, and I've gone to Target like 2 times. So I really don't go anywhere or do anything much. So I'm looking forward to that opening up and things changing and being able to go out and go out and get something to eat or go do something outside of the house. And I do feel like it's coming, but our positivity rate is over 5% again. It had a little surge. We've been in the 3s for a few weeks, 3% range. So it was getting better. Now it's going up a little bit. And I assume that's just the same all over the country. Beach reading. Any books you're looking forward to reading after COVID-19? No, I'm still working on my TBR. I still add new novels to my novels to explore category. I do watch a lot of videos and read a lot of internet stuff. So I'm aware of what's coming out and what sounds good. So I'm excited about all of that. There is a new Colm Tóibín novel coming out I'm looking forward to, because I will read anything he writes. So that's something. I've got a few things on my radar that are must reads, and then just a huge stack of books that I would like to read. A huge pile of possibilities that I do want to read. What's a book you have read in these last months directly or indirectly because of COVID? None. I am not seeking out books on epidemiology or other. At first, I thought at the very beginning of COVID that I would read a lot of books about the 1918 flu and about what happened in fiction and in nonfiction to the country, but then I just couldn't do it. It just wasn't something I could clear my brain enough to read without being I just couldn't do it. Did not have the motivation and did not have the interest or the stomach of, it's like when I see something about climate change and the severity of it, I immediately look away even though I believe in it and I know it's coming, but I just feel overwhelmed by it. I think that's kind of the same way I feel about viruses or reading about anything that's too hard that's in the present. I can read about hard things that happened in the past or in an author's imagination, but I don't want to read about suffering right now more than I already just see it watching the news. What's the best video you have made or seen during COVID? I really like watching vlogs, so I'm just going to save the vlog art form. Doris of Aldi Books, Heidi of My Reading Life, and Tanya. And I've seen so many great just Friday reads and the predictable people who are really good at constantly posting on a schedule, which I am not good at. I haven't been good at that because it's just really hard to get motivated or think about exactly what to say or how to say it. So I haven't been good about that. But the people who are good about it have really been a source of comfort. Brian from Bookish always posts, and I always enjoy seeing what he has to say or what he thinks about particular concepts or issues or what's happening in the world. And Sean, the book maniac, his Friday reads, I mean, that's like a must watch every single week because it just feels familiar and it feels like something that we can all come together and do, in the middle of everything. Number 6, are you going to have the vaccine? Absolutely. I had my first dose on Sunday. So I will get the second dose in 3 weeks. My husband's fully vaccinated already because he works in healthcare. My kids are getting on the list, and my mom and grandmother are fully vaccinated. So yeah, we believe in vaccines. We believe it doesn't matter what kind it is, just get it. As many people as can get it as possible. We can start getting our lives back to some kind of normal, even though it probably will never be normal again. We'd like to be able to go commune with people. I'd like my book groups to be able to get back together again in person and not on Zoom. And I think that's coming because everyone's getting vaccinated. So I think that's the key. That's all I have for now. And thank you, Alan, for tagging me. Please, if you don't have a channel and you want to talk about what's happening with you, please leave something in the comments. And otherwise, consider yourself tagged because I think everyone's interested in the ways we're all coping with this thing. So I will talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.